What would happen if the Devil of Hell's Kitchen had himself a good old-fashioned scuffle with the Avatar of Destruction himself, Cain Marko, aka the Juggernaut? So, in the literal red corner, we have Matt Murdock, aka Daredevil. He's one of Marvel's foremost defense attorneys by day. But, at night, he trades his three-piece suit and gets those hot man buns inside crimson tights to fight evil as the superhero Daredevil. As far as our boy's power set goes, his most distinct ability is, of course, his radar sense. Think of it as something similar to Peter Parker's trademark spider sense, except it's always on. That is to say, Daredevil could use it at will. Plus, it pretty much gives him a sort of 360-degree picture of everything around him through what could be best described as echolocation. Apart from that, the man without fear is a spry guy who's honed his mind and body to perform at peak levels as humanly possible. Oh, and dude knows how to bang too. He's an expert at various styles of martial arts, but his arguable go-to fighting style is good old-fashioned boxing. On the other hand, we have Cain Marko. He's a bad dude that has military training and work experience as a mercenary. But those qualities basically fall by the wayside when you consider that he's also the avatar of Sidorak, a god of destruction in the Marvel U. This has granted him the name Juggernaut. Now, as far as Juggernaut's abilities go, it's not too complicated. Simply put, he's super strong, but more strikingly, he's literally a near unstoppable force. So, once he gets some momentum, there's little to no chance that you'll be able to halt his advance. At first glance, Daredevil versus the Juggernaut seems like a done deal. After all, what can a blind lawyer from Hell's Kitchen do to stop a literal force of destruction, regardless of the fact that he's finished college, has radar sense, and is a master martial artist? That is to say, a guy in peak human conditioning is still just a guy. Meanwhile, the Juggernaut is more akin to a demigod, specifically created to throttle everything and everyone in his path. Sure, you can argue that Matt's radar sense gives him a degree of protection from Juggernaut's attacks. Hell, we can even assume that the Devil of Hell's Kitchen might be able to dodge each and every strike Juggernaut unleashes on him. However, we have to remember that Matt Murdock is still human. That means he doesn't have an unlimited gas tank. Juggernaut, on the other hand, does. Or, at the very least, he's got superhuman stamina, all thanks to the blessing of Sidorak. So, it might turn out that Daredevil would dance around Cain. But this would only work for a time. Because once Daredevil empties his reserves, he'll literally be like a fly getting squashed by this unstoppable brute. In another scenario, we could imagine Daredevil depowering Juggernaut by separating him from the Gem of Sidorak, the same artifact that gives him his superhuman abilities. The problem is that Cain doesn't just keep the gem on a chain. He basically horked that baby up so that he and the powerful artifact became almost one and the same thing. So, no dice there either, people. And it's not like the Juggernaut would get so much as a tickle even from one of Daredevil's most powerful haymakers. That's because this lumbering maroon dildo is also near invulnerable to physical attacks. Hell, if he could eat up a punch from someone like the Hulk, then he sure as hell could feast on the devil's pinpricks. So what? Maybe Matt could subpoena Sidorak himself and have the god of destruction pull out his blessing from Cain after a bit of court drama? The dude isn't exactly the type to go through due process, but we'd be lying if we said we wouldn't love to see how Sidorak v. the state of New York would unfold. Oh, and even if by some miracle Daredevil does get to wound Juggernaut with his attacks, it still wouldn't take. You see, Cain Marko also has superhuman regenerative capabilities. And did we mention that his suit isn't just spandex? It's actually a mystical armor also granted to him as part of the Sidorak Wreck Your Neighborhood package. As the old saying goes, he's the Juggernaut, B. But here's the thing. The results might not be as clear-cut as you'd think. You see, for all of Juggernaut's strength and invulnerability, he is dumber than a sack of rocks tied to an ice administrative error. And although Daredevil is pretty much just the love child of former UFC lightweight interim champ Justin Gaethje and a bottlenose dolphin, while Juggernaut is a walking weapon of destruction, Cain Marko is not entirely invulnerable. You see, one of Matt's oft-overlooked abilities is that he possesses low-level telepathic abilities thanks to his training with Stick. And like we said, Juggernaut is one stupid MF, so even the slightest telepathic nudge would be enough to probably give him World War II flashbacks. And this idiot wasn't even there on D-Day. Sure. You can argue that Juggernaut possesses a degree of protection from psychic attacks. But that's a perk he gets from his Wii vibe-shaped helmet, not a quality that he actually has. So, Daredevil could use his reflexes and radar sense to find a way to separate Kane's helmet from his empty head, bust in a bit of low-level telepathy, preferably suggestions of fake memories about Operation Barbarossa. And the man without fear gets to walk away with the W. Alright, so what if we look at the modern era? The one where Juggernaut has become naturally invulnerable to psychic attacks. Well, there's one more way Daredevil could punk this guy. You see, Juggernaut's signature quality is that he has nearly unstoppable momentum. That means nothing and no one could stop him once he starts to move, not even himself. So, Matt could just work it like a bullfight. He could wait for Juggernaut to charge at him, dodge with the help of his radar sense and reflexes, and just watch Kane run off into the distance. Better yet, Matt could get a heavy-duty treadmill and plop Juggernaut's dumb ass there and make him run forever. Simply put, there are many ways with which the Juggernaut could absolutely spank the devil of Hell's Kitchen. But, as the age-old principles of the fine art of tussling goes, all you need is one shot to make your enemy go nighty-night. What we're saying is that no matter how many tools Kane Marco possesses to bring the beat down on a guy like Daredevil, Matt only has to find the perfect opening to win this bout. And, make no mistake, Daredevil is one smart cookie. After all, you don't become one of Marvel U's best defense lawyers by just being a punching bag. And like we said, the Juggernaut is one stupid son of a gun. What do you guys think? Any other ways Daredevil could beat Juggernaut? Sound off in the comments section below. And don't forget to give us a like, share, subscribe, and turn on your notifications for more videos like this one. We'll see you next time, only here at KRTV Marvel.